Hi, I'm Chris Barton, and I'm the author of Can I See Your ID? True Stories of False Identities. Like your students, I grew up in Texas. Before coming to Austin to attend UT, I spent my first 18 years in Sulphur Springs, which is a small town between Dallas and Texarkana. But being a Texan isn't the only thing I have in common with your students. Like them, I know what it's like to try on new identities or wish that I could. I know what it's like to try to blend in with a crowd other than the one I ordinarily run with. Or when getting around a group of kids from another school or from another town, to try to pass myself off as an older or cooler or just more interesting version of myself. I get that. That's normal. That's a totally normal part of being in middle school, this process of trying on new identities in the process of figuring out who you're going to be as you get older. What's not so normal is a sort of masquerade that happens in Can I See Your ID? You have a 16-year-old kid who, for 3 hours, passes himself off as the driver of a subway train and takes New Yorkers all the way from the tip of Manhattan out to Brooklyn and back. You've got a 32-year-old actress who pretends to be a teenage actress and becomes nationally famous along the way. And you have a high school dropout who says that he's a surgeon in the Navy and ends up having to pull the captain's tooth while out at sea. So you have those three, you have 7 other stories, just as true, completely true, and all of them written in such a way that I hope will give your readers a sense that they themselves are the ones who are carrying out these masquerades. I hope that your readers will, as they read these, that they'll ask themselves what what would push them that far to get them to try on one of these masquerades? What would allow them to get away with it? Or what would cause them to get caught? What would be the consequences of getting caught? Or for that matter, what would be the consequences of succeeding? Because it wasn't easy for those who did this for a long time. It was really hard on them. What's not false or phony or made up in the slightest is my appreciation to the organizers of the Spirit of Texas program and to you participants in the Spirit of Texas program. Thank you so much for bringing Texas writers and our books into your schools. I think this is a terrific way of inspiring the current generation of Texas readers, but also of inspiring the students whose true identities will be as the next generation of Texas writers. So thank you very much.